Hey, what's up, guys? Today's lesson is going to be on triggers. What's a trigger and how to use them? So, we went over campaigns and forms in our previous lessons, and today is going to be on triggers. The reason being is you need something that's going to launch campaigns. So, the only way to do that is with a trigger. A trigger means if something happens, then we are going to trigger an event, the event being a campaign, right? So we log into our dashboard. We're going to go down on the left-hand side to triggers. Under triggers, you should have a bunch already in there. Remember, we can always copy stuff and rename it and edit it, which is generally the best way to do things. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take, we'll go into, let's find a good one here. So here's Facebook campaign trigger. So we're going to use that one for today. Right? We're going to come over to the right-hand side, and under edit, we are going to duplicate that, and we're going to rename it to test. Okay, and the location we're going to pick again is always the one we pick, but yours won't have a location because it's only one location for you. So we're going to copy that, and we should now have that. So here it is. So with that, we're going to go in here. We're going to edit this trigger. Okay. So you'll see the trigger is here. The rule will not run until you activate. Again, it's in draft mode, just like in campaigns. We have to actually put it into activate or live mode. Very important when you're done with these things. But for this case, what we're going to do is combine a couple of our previous lessons. So over here on the left, you're going to see what should trigger this rule. So that means what should trigger the event, right? So in this case, salon marketer, somebody who's added to a campaign, we can change that to all different things, right? We're going to say a form was submitted for this particular instance because we're working off of the form that we just built. So whenever anybody fills out that form, it will be the triggering event. So we're going to click form submitted. Okay, it's going to ask us, okay, great, form submitted. Now we have to pick a form, right? So we're going to add a filter, define filter, form is, and then we're going to name the form. So we just built a test form a little while ago. So let's find that particular form. There it is, right? So now when somebody fills out that test form, it's going to trigger the system to do what? Okay, on the right is what we're going to tell the system what to do. So the first thing we're going to do, what action should we perform? Add or update an opportunity. What that means is we're going to pull that customer's data into the system and tell the system where to put that data. So in this case, we're putting them into our new customer funnel as a lead in, okay? And we can assign an amount of that lead here. By what I mean by that is what's the value of this campaign? Was it a 50% off $100 service? We could put 50 in there, correct? Yeah. Okay. And we can do a whole bunch of things in here. Obviously, you're seeing them right here. Okay. Opportunity name, opportunity source, status. Okay. So we're just putting those people into the system now. Okay. And we're going to say create a new opportunity. Okay. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to notify ourselves that a lead came in. So we're going to come over here and here, Salon Marketer. What are we doing? We're sending an email from, this is going to be your from email address. You can put whatever you want in there. And the to, in this case, we're not going to be using client's email. We're going to be putting our personal email or whatever you want to be notified that a lead just came in, right? Subject, you can put a new subject in here, and you type in a message here as to what you want to know. Hey, Derek, a new lead just came in, that kind of thing, okay? And we can add more opportunities. Obviously, we want to add a tag, super duper important. What a tag is telling us that that person came off of a specific area. So in other words, if it's a Facebook ad, we tag them Facebook ad. If it's a website pop-up, we could tag them website pop-up, right? And we can create those tags here. We just come in here and we'll say website pop-up. And we always click on it to add it. If you just hit enter, it'll go away. So you have to actually click on it here. Boom, we just added that tag. So now when somebody comes in, they're going to be tagged with that in our contacts list with that, so we know where that person came from and we can identify their lead source value. Okay, we can add additional actions. There's tons of actions you can perform in here. You can play around with this and see the different ones. Here they are here. Lots and lots of them. It's up to you how many actions you want to perform with that contact. You should get used to the basics first. Most important thing to do is just bring them into the system, get their data, put a tag on them, and then tell them we want to put them into a campaign, right? So remember, we created a campaign. So we have the tagging, we have a reminder. Now we're going to ask, what action should we perform? We're going to add them to a campaign right here. It's going to ask us, what campaign do we want to add them to? Well, we just created a test campaign, so we have to find it there, and there it is. So now when this person comes in, we'll get all their data, plus it's going to push them automatically into that campaign. Okay, when they get pushed into that campaign, the campaign then runs. Remember, we created a campaign in our past one that sends out text messages and emails. Unless we push that person into that campaign, then they're not going to get those texts or emails. So we have to add an action, and the action is triggered, right? That's what we're called here, triggered by an event. Here was the event. Okay, and that's it, folks. Remember, you hit save. Okay, then we're going to take it out of draft mode and activate it. And that's it for today's lesson on campaigns. Have a great day, guys.